Have you ever felt it? A weight you cannot name, a shadow that follows even in the brightest sunlight. It's the burden of yesterday's mistakes, the anxiety of tomorrow's unknowns, the quiet hum of a world that tells you that you're not enough. You can be in a room full of people smiling on the outside, but inside there's a stillness, a heavy silence. This is where our story begins with a young woman named Amara, sitting in the back pew of a church, feeling invisible. But then something shifts. It is not a loud command, no, it's a whisper in the rhythm. A gentle, unfamiliar beat starting to rise from the altar. It is not the solemn hymn Amara was expecting. It has a pulse. It has a heartbeat. It is the sound of life. Her head, heavy for so long, lifts just an inch. Her eyes fixed on the floor, flicker towards the source of the sound. The music doesn't demand anything, no, it invites. It speaks a language older than words, the language of the soul. It says, "You are not invisible. I see you." Suddenly, she's reminded of King David, who the Bible says danced before the Lord with all his might. He wasn't a performer, no, he was a worshiper, unashamed and free. Amara felt a tug in her spirit. Her feet, heavy as lead, feel a strange lightness. The fear is still there. The thought, what will people think? But then, for the very first time, another question arises. What if? What if I could be free? That's when it happens. The what if becomes a why not? Why not be free? Amara stands up. It is not a graceful movement. No, it's clumsy, it's awkward, but it's real. She takes a step into the aisle, and then takes another, and then another. And then her feet begin to move. Something incredible occurs. With every step, a chain breaks. With every step, the weight of shame shatters. With every step, the fear of judgment evaporates. The shadow of anxiety, it flees before the light. Amara is no longer just moving her feet. She is rhythmically making a declaration. This is what happens when you dance for Jesus. It is not about performance. It's about his presence. It is not about style. It's about surrender. When you dance for Jesus, you're stomping on the head of the accuser. You're declaring your freedom. You're reminding hell that you belong to the King. The dance becomes a prayer. The joy becomes a weapon. You are no longer the woman in the pew. You're no longer the man who is unseen. You are a child of God, dancing in your Father's house and in his presence, surrounded by a family that knows him and loves him. You are home. So what is the weight you're carrying today? What is the fear that holds you captive? The sound of revival is calling. The King is inviting you to a dance. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be willing. Take the first step. Your breakthrough is here. Dance for Jesus.